Oh, welcome to the Unnecessary Studio. Come on in, I'll show you around a little bit. So this is the Unnecessary Studio, the 2,400 square foot design studio in Burlington, Vermont, where I design and build all of my unnecessary inventions. And if you're new here, hi, I'm Matty, the evil genius behind Unnecessary Inventions. And if you've been here before, welcome back to the studio. I thought it was time I gave you guys an official look at everything that's going on around here. Because I've been building out this studio for about 9 months now, and it's almost to the exact point of being my dream studio. So let's start over here for a second. So right as you come in the front door, we have the beautiful camera nook. This is the perfect little corner where I store all of my camera equipment. From my lights to my GoPros, Canon cameras, my drone, gimbals, it just has everything I need to be a content creator. Because on top of being a product designer and inventor, I have to create all of the content behind my inventions. So everything from my classic product commercials, my behind the scenes videos, my casual vlogs, everything I need is gonna be right here in this corner. The main cameras that I use for all of my videos is the Canon R6 right here. Then I also have my Canon 90D on the slider that's getting all of those beautiful shots. And of course, I've got my Supreme beach ball as a little punching bag whenever I get a little bit bored. But let's go check out more of the studio. Just across the wall on the other side of the entrance, we've got ourselves a nice little photo studio wall. And over here, I can take product photos of my inventions using these colored backdrop walls. All I have to do is pull down on these chains and the colored backdrops come down and I can take absolutely any photos I want. I've also got a few extra colors here when I need to swap them out to get the perfect photo. And if we keep going around the studio, we come to the gorgeous mock living room. I mean, it's still a living room, but it's also like the fake living room for my invention videos. I did a whole nother video on designing and putting together all of this furniture if you want to check that out. But I absolutely love all of the color, all of the different textures that I have going on here. I have a little bit of everything I need for filming all of my videos. But right here is probably one of my favorite things. This right here is the wall of narcissism. Because let's be real, if you're a content creator, you're probably a little bit of a narcissist. And well, this is like really narcissistic, but it's beautiful, it's good looking. Well, it's me, so I'm obviously gonna say that. But anyway, it is 70 photos of myself using my inventions. So these are 70 inventions that I've created over the past few years of the 300 or so that I think I'm at this point. For the first like 6 months, I had this wall completely blank and I just felt like something was really missing. And the photo tiles were provided by Mix Tiles. So I got all of those tiles and I spent probably maybe an hour or two setting them all up, kind of figuring out what the best orientation for all of them is. But this is the final product. As we move past the wall of narcissism, we end up at our very first bathroom. And it's a tiny one. Basically just enough space to get all of your business done, while an early version of the Zucker rug keeps you company. I use the other side of it here as a little bit of storage, but we've got a nice window, so at least it's not completely shut in, and you get a little bit of sunshine when it's nice out. But if we head back into the living room, this corner is just kind of a mess of a whole bunch of stuff. This invention actually never came out. I'll try to find some of the footage, but this invention was for Pabst Blue Ribbon, the beer company. And so essentially it was like a way to not get your hands cold reaching into a cooler. It had two hands and it could reach into there, grab the drink for you so that your hands didn't get all icy and cold. And one of the other perks is getting a whole bunch of random stuff sent to the office. So I got these Unagi scooters. I haven't really busted them out, but maybe I'll think of an invention and we can throw it onto these scooters. So as we keep moving around the living room, we've got ourselves, I wanna say it's like an 85-inch TV. Really great for playing my videos and watching them back once I actually get them live here on YouTube. And probably the one question I get asked the most is where do you put your inventions after you're done using them for the videos? So on each side of the TV, we have a little portfolio of some of my favorite inventions that actually survived post-filming. Sometimes they fall apart. These are some of my favorites that made it through the rough. We've got some recent ones here, like the metal detecting Halloween basket. We've got the Rage Quit controller here. Here's the last one that I made. That's the sipping stopwatch. We've got the candy shooting iPhone case. And of course we have the infamous Gator Grip gloves here with the cease and desist. I had this up on the wall, but then I had to move it. But I need to find somewhere new where I can put the cease and desist from Crocs. Under the TV here, we have a collection of stuff either that I purchased or that other artists sent me. We've got a PS5, just a little bit of everything, including the pasta handbag. And actually, this is the very first 3D printer that I purchased about in 2012. It died pretty quickly, but this is kind of what got me into 3D printing almost 10 years ago. And as you can tell right now, we get a lot of natural sunlight in here. But on top of the unnecessary invention wall, we also have the unnecessary intern, who's sporting maybe like 15 of my inventions. He's looking mighty fine doing so at the same time. This is one of my favorite pieces in the studio. It's the Virgil Abloh IKEA receipt rug. A lot of people always think that this is something I created, but it's not, it's something I bought. It just really fits the vibe. And then above that, these amazing lockers here were also provided by the Novograts, who sent all of that furniture from the living room. I'll put a link down in the description and you can check out all of the stuff they make. But above there, we've got a nice Unnecessary Inventions logo. We've got a giant Croc glove going on right there. Like it's bigger than my face. What if I made a full costume that was a giant Croc glove? And that was like a mascot. I should do that. But then we've got my workstation over here. This is definitely where I spend a good amount of my time working on my designs, answering emails, doing all of the stuff that you need to do to run a business. And I really like this setup because I can be working on something and then super quickly send it off to the 3D printers right behind me. Or if I'm working on something, I can be on my computer, look over my shoulder, and see exactly what's going on with the prints I have for the next invention. And at this point, I'm sure all of you guys want to know exactly what's going on the production side of things at the Unnecessary Studio. This half of the room is where all of my inventions actually get built and prototyped. So it has just a little bit of everything that I could possibly need, from FDM 3D printers, SLA 3D printers, sewing machines, vacuum forming machines, laser cutters, CNC machines, power tools, rug making equipment. Anything that, if my mind thinks of it, I can pretty much build it back here. But maybe let's do a quick rundown of all of the tools in this section right here. So starting on this end right here, we have the Qidi X-Max 3D printer, then a Monoprice Voxel, the Quiditech iMate S, the Roland Versus Studio BN12 t-shirt printer, the Lotmax SC Shark 10, the Cricut Maker, behind that's an Elegoo Neptune, a Glowforge Pro laser cutter, a Peopoly Phenom SLA printer, the Elegoo Mars 2, the Elegoo Saturn, the Photon Mono X, the Elegoo Saturn that I modded to do the dual VAT system, and I'm pretty sure this is an Elegoo Mars 3. It's almost everything I could possibly need in the 3D printing world, all situated right here behind my desk. And yes, I know I have a problem. I've got 3 more printers arriving in the next couple weeks for a few fun special projects. Oh, and then down here, we also have a Brother embroidery machine, a Brother sewing machine, and a Singer sewing machine as well for any sewing I might need to do. And then down from there, we have a Make You Form Box, which is a vacuum forming device for making different types of molds. I made the WOP chocolate bars with that, if you remember that project. Literally, as I said, every tool I could possibly need here. On the shelves underneath the printers, I keep all of the supplies I'm gonna need for my projects. So things like fabric for my sewing machines, or wooden acrylic for my Glowforge laser cutter. I also have a whole section of silicone and pigments for mold making, and then just all of your classic screws, sandpaper, all those little accessories. I'm currently building an Inventables X-Carve CNC machine. It's taking a little bit longer to put together than I planned, but fingers crossed that I'm almost finished because I have a lot of fun projects. I feel like I say that with everything. I've got a fun project here, I've got a fun project here, I've got a fun project there, but I do have some fun stuff that I want to build with this CNC machine. What else do we have? What else do we have? We've got on the back side of the table here, we've got the rug making frame here. So usually if I'm making one of my hand tufted rugs, this is the giant frame that I built so I can make basically any rug that I want. And you've seen that whole process in a few other videos I've made on this channel. But let me know down in the comments if you want me to bust out the tufting gun again and maybe make some new rugs on this frame. It's been quite a while, probably like 6 or 7 months that I've actually had time to make a rug. So if you guys have any good ideas, let me know and maybe I'll build them. Over here, we've got a fun little pegboard wall that has a whole bunch of nice pop colors. It just kind of holds all the miscellaneous things from tape, scissors, little tools, my glue. These things on this wall are the things I use much more frequently on a daily basis, so I have them all organized so I can quickly grab a box cutter if I need it, quickly grab some black paint if I need it, and then I try to make sure I put them all back in their place so I don't lose my mind trying to find something around this studio. But if we move over from the peg wall, we've got ourselves a nice little kitchen and storage area. This half of the room basically operates as a little storage area, as well as the shipping department for all of the new merch that we have over at unnecessary.co. Hint, 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 go buy something and I'll ship it out of this room. If you buy something, now you know where I'm shipping it out of. I also have another 3D printer that's in here that I'm currently working on fixing. It's the Megasonic 8K. So hopefully I'll have this back up and running because I really enjoyed how well this thing printed. Then on the reverse side, we've got a tiny little kitchenette, nothing too special. We've got a sink, I've got my Keurig. You wanna see what's inside the refrigerator? I feel like it's like every Cribs thing to see what's inside the refrigerator. And unfortunately, it's pretty boring. We basically just have any sort of drink from coffee to water to soda to booze. If we leave the kitchen and check out the last few racks that we have in the back of the studio, here is where I keep all of my miscellaneous power tools, from drills, heat guns. We've got a little vacuum, we've got some electric scissors, we've got a jigsaw, just all of the miscellaneous tools that are probably too dangerous for me to be using on a daily basis, but I haven't cut my fingers off yet. And next to that wall, we have one more super secret door. Do you want to see what's behind the door? It's just, it's another bathroom. That's right, I've got 2 bathrooms in here. One thing I want to do is make some sort of bathroom signs to designate bathroom number 1 and bathroom number 2. So maybe make some sort of acrylic sign on the Glowforge, but I can't think of anything funny. Leave a comment down below if you can think of funny signs, even like maybe one for the kitchen, maybe one for like over the TV that sort of designate each area in the studio. And maybe I'll make a whole video on like making a neon sign, making an acrylic sign, making a wooden sign for all the different areas inside the studio. But inside of this bathroom, it's a little bit bigger. We've got the classic Zucker rug here, and I'm also using it for a little bit more storage. We've got a sink and a mirror here. Everything you might see in a bathroom. Not all that exciting. But I think that it's pretty much everything that I have going on here at the Unnecessary Studio. If I skipped over anything, or maybe you have other questions about the studio, go ahead and leave a question or a comment down below, and hopefully I can answer you and let you know exactly what goes on here. I'm like honestly here probably about 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, non-stop. But I mean, with a place this nice, why not be here all the time? I know this wasn't a typical invention build video, but hopefully you still enjoyed it. Probably missed it, but somewhere in one of these shots is the next invention. So I'm gonna go ahead and film the commercial for the next unnecessary invention. Check the channel for that later on, but I will see you at the next unnecessary invention. See ya.